Fixing inconsistent growth. With this you, one video gets 1,000 views. The next get 10 views. Does that mean your channel is dying? No. But it means you are looking at the wrong data. Most creators quit because they cannot handle the flop cycle. Today, I'm showing you the 20 video rule. Stop treating your channel like a lottery and start treating it like a lab. Here's how to turn those random spikes into predictable growth. To start, let us look at the inconsistent growth problem. When one video may be okay, then the next one is a flop. There's little stability or predictable audience behavior, making it hard to know if you are actually succeeding. But there is a solution, and we are proposing a 20 video rule or 20 video techniques. Random spikes and drops are normal at the early stage of your YouTube career. You will see where one video will do well, the next one will not do so well. But the key is to judge performance over 10 to 20 videos. Like right now, I'm working in a 10 video series to be able to judge performance out of my own performance during that period of time. I'm not doing now with one video, not two video, because trends only emerges over time. To be successful, you need to double down on topics and format that earn higher click-through rates and better watch time. And we kind of showed you earlier how to pick those videos. One would be to pick the viral video that is trending and be able to use some of that information to create your next video. And that's what you need to do. You need to be able to double down on that kind of information to be able to be successful. Okay? Now, also, you need to kill the idea that any idea that underperforms after multiple attempts. So for example, if you happen to be on cooking and you have tried to create a video about cooking pasta, for example, and it's not performing to your standard more than once. So basically what would happen is you need to start making video about pasta, make it about something else within your niche, and you'll be able to do that. So you not only do you double down on what's working, you also want to kill the idea of things that are underperforming. Shift your mindset. You need to run an experiment to find what works and not just chasing a single viral hit. That's the key. Now let's look at the consistency trap problem. When we look at quality over versus schedule. This is an important one because I suffer from that, so most people. Creators like myself are often told to just stay consistent. There's 1,000 videos telling you that. Stay consistent, post every day or post every other day or once a week, whatever. But posting a mediocre video every Tuesday, just hitting a deadline doesn't help. If the content is half-baked, it's like baking a half-bad pie. You are simply training your subscriber to ignore your videos. So if your videos are bad, the minute they know you're posting, they're just going to skip you over because they don't like the content of your previous video. So that's why you don't want to go in half-baked with your ideas. And if it takes longer to put a video together, it just takes longer, right? So let's look at a couple of solutions, right? One of that is to look at standards over schedule. You want to prioritize the standard of your content over the day of the week. Like, for example, make sure your content is correct, notwithstanding whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, or Thursday. That's not important. What is important is the content. Next, don't rush the process. If a video isn't ready on the Tuesday deadline, take 2 extra days to make it great. There's no point in rushing the process. Practice make perfect. Consistency is only works if you are consistently improving, and that's what we talked about, the 1% rule. Whereas we try to improve by 1% every single time, you don't want to be doing the same thing over and over. So every time you post a video, you want to change something. It could be the lighting, it could be your video, it could be your um, thumbnail, it could be your title, it could be the process by which you acquire any of those. So that's what you need to do. Consistently make changes to be able to make improvement. Ensure that you aren't bouncing back from subject to subject. YouTube needs to know who you are or who your videos are, if so far, to find you the right audience. Like, for example, I think I spoke with this last night. If you are today writing a video about cooking pasta, tomorrow a video about travel, the next video about sports, you viewers and subscriber on YouTube are going to have a hard time matching your video with the right audience. So therefore, you have to have clarity in the topics that you post. Stay within your niche as much as possible, or bend the topic to your niche. As you see later on, when I publish the documentation on this thing, you'll be able to see how I talk about veterans and feeding veterans by using your YouTube as a power multiplier, right? Now, to you, does it feel like you are playing a game of video roulette spinning, where one upload performs okay and the next completely vanishes? The lack of stability is exactly what keeps most creators from ever getting discovered. But the secret to mastering the algorithm is not chasing a viral hit. We use the viral hit, but we don't chase it. It's running better experiment. Stay with us for the rest of this presentation as we are fixing your inconsistency growth by doubling down on what actually works and killing ideas that are holding you back. And that's the major concept. Something works, keep making videos on that area. Keep improving that concept. Keep creating a second and third video on that topic if it's working. If something is not working, like making pasta, get rid of it. And making pasta is hypothetical, of course. So that's the key there. Let's look at another problem, which is the overwhelming workload. Right? Create the creation process, which includes setup, filming, editing, feels like a tall hill to climb. This leads many creators to skip weeks or burning out because their workload is too high. So there are weeks that you just cannot possibly post. They just, oh my God, too much to do. Let me just not do anything because too much going on. And it happens to all of us. If you're doing it right, you're going to have too many projects going on that would allow you to basically feel like you are overwhelmed. The solution is to synthesize and simplify your process. Reduce the number of steps required to go from idea generation to upload. How do you do that? The One Touch Studio. Set up a dedicated recording space where you are able to flip a switch to start filming. Same location every night, if possible. That way, everything is set up, everything is there. Your camera will be there, your computer will be there, your microphone will be there, your lighting will be there. So you just have that one dedicated place where you could do all your work. The next one is batching video. If you create a batch of 2 to 3 videos on one sitting, you will be able to improve your process and improve your throughput time, and while staying in the creative zone. Like, for example, when you editing one video, you might be able to take one technique from one video to the next, or use a similar tool to go to the next level. I know that I did that this week. I actually improved using B-roll by combining two of my tools I'm making a determination that if I'm using B-roll from one tool, reduces the cost in another tool. So that's what you want to do. You want to batch them up so you kind of work in videos and you're able to compare performance over time. Next, you want to synthesize. Use video template. Like, for example, I have a template to allow me to create the dialogue that I'm going to express during the live event. I have a template that allows me to collect the data from the live event and go to basically into a pre-script version of what I want to talk about. Then I take that data and I dump it into my tool and created a basic script from which I'm actually doing all the editing from that. So you want to create template to do that. I have pre-selected folder for music, pre-selected folder for B-rolls if you can. That will allow you to slash time doing editing. Simplify. If a 10-minute video is too hard to produce, what do you think we should do? Make a 5-minute version of it, make a 3-minute version of it, and combine it. Using less B-roll doesn't mean the video is worse if the value is still there. Remember, value is what counts. So it's not the number of B-roll that you use. It's a number of, it's the amount of value that you put into your video. So that's an important factor because I'm always struggle. My goal is always, I want a 15-minute video. I want a 20-minute video. But I find that those are very hard to make. For me, for you, it might be easy. And because it takes time creating the dialogue, creates time creating, it's about everything. And then you make it and you may actually come up short because your tools may not be able to get you there. So sometimes what I do is I create 2 5-minute video to get a 10-minute video. It works for me, so I don't know what you guys think about that. Let's move on. Let's look at the invisible value problem, which is basically packaging. Most creators spend 10 hours on video, but only 10 minutes on the title and the thumbnail. If the packaging doesn't stop the scrolling, the value inside the video will never be discovered. I always give this analogy of YouTube or Netflix, where you actually open up the video package and you see like, oh, I like that photo, and then you investigate, which is the thumbnail. You like the picture. For me, since I'm a visual guy, I usually go for the pictures first, and then I look at the title to see if I like it. Most people would do that. There are some people that go straight for the title, but for me, it's the thumbnail has to be done correctly. It had to be part of the packaging where I do it before my videos. I update it while I'm doing my videos, and before I finalize, I keep working on my thumbnail. But I start with a basic concept that gives me an idea what I'm about to create. So what we're suggesting for a solution is a packaging first workflow, right? What does that mean? Treat your title and thumbnail as the front door to your content, not the back end, right? No, don't create a video and then create a thumbnail to match it, right? Start with the thumbnail as a concept, and then from there begin to create your basic information, the description, your speaking information and all that, right? So design first, come up with a title and thumbnail concept before filming the video. Now, I always often say my initial thought when I was basically, why even bother doing that? Because I'm likely to change the thumbnail multiple times, and the title multiple times throughout the life of the video. Like, for example, if I post a video and I don't like the performance, after a week, I will go back in and I would change the title and the thumbnail. Most people, some people want to keep it longer, which is fine. Over time, you get to the point that you know that actually the video flatline. And if you don't get any additional view, let's say in 30 days minimum, or maximum, that will be time for you to go ahead and perhaps change the thumbnail and change the title. But if you did your job originally, the thumbnail and the title should get you views right from the beginning. Okay, we spoke of this earlier in another turn. Next, you want to look for outliers, right? Use tools like vidIQ 1 and 10 to find topics on your niche that are currently outperforming the creator average view count, right? Strangers test. This is the last one here. Ask yourself, would a complete stranger who has never heard of me, or my channel stop scrolling on this meaning the thumbnail, right? So the packaging problem, right? So as a solution, we presented design it first, the thumbnail and the title, right? Look for outliers in your channel, right? And we use tools like vidIQ and 1 of 10, and use a stranger's test. That should give you a pretty good idea how to solve the invisible packaging problem or the invisible value problem, depending on how you want to view that, right? So let's stop for a minute. And we would like to recommend that you stop checking your views every 5 minutes. If you are judging your success based on 1 or 2 videos, you already lost the mental game. To get discovered on YouTube, you need to stop chasing the one video wonder and start using the 20 video rule. Look for the hidden trends on your data. For example, what age group are watching your video? When to post? What are the view sources? Where your views are coming from? That will give you an indication of who your viewers are on average, right, over the time period, and whom you should be able to create video for. So you can stop guessing and start growing. Look at your algorithm, look at your trends, and you'll be able to figure that out, right? Now let's look at the poor viewer retention problem, or we call the 30-second bounce. Viewers click on your video, great. Finally, your thumbnail, finally your title, got them there, right? But they leave almost immediately, right? Within 30 seconds, they're gone. Often this is because you as a creator spend the first minute talking about yourself in the intro rather than the viewer's need, right? So you have, if you look at your thumbnail, right? If you look at your thumbnail, right, it tells about a problem. Like for example, here we say, stop the flop, fix your channel growth, right? So if you don't talk about how to fix the channel growth right early on, and you talk about yourself, like for example, hi, my name is X, Y, and Z, I'm here to do this, you already lost them. All they're only interested in is that do they have a problem? And if they have a problem, how do you fix that problem? That's what they want to know. If you have a problem, how do you fix it? So that's what they want to know. How do you fix it? Let's figure that out. Let's go to the next. What are the solutions? You got to earn every minute. Focus the video openly, entirely on the viewers to build immediate trust, not on yourself. You focus on the viewer, on the viewer's need. They have a need. You need to have a solution for that. It's like you're looking at them on the face and say, I know you have a problem. Here's a solution to your problem. Skip the hey guy, welcome back to my channel. Like everybody, a lot of people do that. Get straight to the value or the answer the viewer is looking for, right? So if you don't talk about that, you're going to lose them pretty quickly. So let me take a quick snap of what we did at the beginning, right? So the the basic underlying issue for me was to fix the channel growth, right? Like it's stated on uh, on basically my thumbnail for today, right? Then I talked about right away. I say, instead of doing one video, I implied to use a 20 video rule at the beginning of the video within seconds when we started, right? And I said, don't judge your performance over one video, but review it over 10. That was another first thing that we talked about. Then immediately after that, I talked about the 20 video rule. So as you could see, I am taking it from the title or the title and the thumbnail of the video right into the content that I'm supposed to be speaking about, right? So I didn't start with, hey guy, welcome back, or nothing like that. I went right into the value proposition to answer the viewers what you as a viewer were looking for. The next one is analyzing the dip. If you look at your channel and you look at your video and you look at analytics and you look at retention, you'll be able to see that it doesn't stay flat. Especially look at the video that are underperforming. You'll see that they will start at 100% and then they will dip almost right away to like 30, 40, 50%, 20%. Those are the underperformance videos. So you want to look for those and you want to listen to the video and see what is causing the retention to drop. If you see a still drop in the next 2-minute mark, find out why. Was it you were rambling? A board, you went into a tangent and cut that behavior in the next video. I could tell you this myself because I've done a lot of work to try to speed up the beginning of my video because at the beginning I wasn't sure what to do, and I did that. I was rambling at first for the first 2 minutes. I was fooling around with the tools, not knowing what to do. So now, after doing a couple of videos, I'm more prepared. I'm able to handle the dip that comes with starting a live event, and and I'm able to see improvement over time, right? Because I analyze the dip on my performance. Section time. Aim to keep the people on the platform. If a video listen to watch another video, even if it's not yours, the algorithm will reward you. So first of all, think of the big YouTube. You want to keep in front of your video at a minimum within YouTube, not go out, right? Number two, and most important, which should be the number one, you actually want to keep it within your video. And most of my video, they have at the end, they have a place for you to click and go to my next video. So you should be able to see that on this video and on the next video. I'm always double check. I had to do it like the following night because you cannot make certain edits while the video is just scheduled. So I had to wait until I actually have the live event. Then the following night, if you're not watching this event live, most likely you will see a video link for you to see my next video. So that's what YouTube wants you to do. That's what I'm asking you to do as a viewer. Not only to click on this video and watch it from beginning to end, but to also try to go to my next video because that's where the performance of the platform really rewards you for that, right? So let's move on. What is next, right? The why and mental longevity, the loss of motivation, right? When views are low, and the comments are quiet, creators lose sight of why they started, leading to ghosting their channel and killing momentum they had, right? So if you run multiple channels, you either have one channel you're spending all of your energy on, and they assume that you are not, because you can only if you want to be successful, you have to get a channel to a certain point. Most of us is to get monetized, right? Then you move on to the next channel and you monetize that one. But the way you know you put your energy on is so you're getting lots of views and you're getting comments from your subscriber and viewers, right? But if you get no comments at all, if your views are very low, people get discouraged. Let's say I have a very strong constitution and they lose momentum, right? So what else you have for a solution, right? I'm gonna just tell you a few things and then basically I'm gonna go back to each one. Write down your why you're doing this thing. Be accountable. The done is better than perfect shift and take a break, believe it or not. So let's take a look at how to build a mental framework that survives the slow period, right? If you're on YouTube, you're gonna have it. You cannot have high unless you have a very good system. Most of the time you're gonna have peaks and valleys, right? So basically what's gonna happen is this. You need to write down your why to help your mental framework, right? To help you survive those times you're not making a lot of progress. It is for a hobby, a side income, or to help people. Why are you doing this thing? You're doing it because you like it. Knowing the mission keeps your focus when the number aren't growing, right? So my why, for example, is to use subscriber and use subscriber to build an income base that would allow me to feed veterans and children during the holiday. That is my why. That's why when I'm tired and I'm trying to decide whether I will go on, I will go back to my why and say, is it worth it? If I build this channel and I'm able to get enough fund to begin to feed the veterans and their children, would it be worth it? And I think absolutely it is. So I'm hoping you would join me on that journey. Accountability. Find a friend or a creator community to check in with. Why do you want to do that? Because sometimes you are low, but if you go back and you take a look at your other creator, they might give you an idea that might accelerate your growth, or they might give you an idea that might pump you up and make you more get ready to go do it some more, right? So be accountable to yourself, be accountable to your community, be accountable to your why. Very important. The next one is to done is better than perfect. You got to shift your framework, right? Aim for 80/90 quality so you can actually hit publish. Perfectionism is the enemy of discovery. If you wait to post once every month when your video is perfect, everything is laid out flat, your production will be very low. So I mean your chances of being discovered are very low. Are lower, not very low, just lower. You do want to do a good job, right? You don't want to just be posting randomly all the time. You want to take your time, find the right B-rolls to apply to your video, have a great story to tell, and be able to post it at a regular basis consistently, but not rushing it, right? So you don't have to be perfect, right? So that's why we're saying aim for the 80/90 rule when it comes to quality. So that would allow you to post more frequently, would allow you to get discovered, will allow you to get um, to the place you need to go. Now, this is one that you may not believe it, but you need to take breaks. Schedule intentional breaks, either weekly, a week off, or a day off during the week to recharge your creative battery so that you can return with clarity. That's what you need to do. So, a quick summary of what we talked about. I'm going to just go pretty quickly on this thing. is we talked about how to fix inconsistent growth that will help us master YouTube, right? We talk about whether you are one of your videos gets 1,000 views or the next only gets 10, and that inconsistency between the two causes people to believe the channel is dying, but I guarantee you that it's not dying. It just means you're looking at the wrong data and you have the wrong process to do that. Do not quit as a creator just because you're having a flop cycle. You're going to have peaks and you're going to have valley. So when you're in the low portion of your cycle, you're in a flopping on your video. Don't quit. Just create the next video. That might be the next hit that you need. Now also, you may want to judge your performance not over one video, but over 20 video. Remember, your channel is a lab experiment. Every time you go out there, you try something new to see if it works. I mean, we do talk about many things that have worked, and every day I post information that will work to create some of the problem. Today, we're just talking about fixing the inconsistency. If you look at my prior video, I've given you an idea how to grow, how to make money on this energy. But today, we're concentrating on one item. We're looking at those random spike and make that into a predictable growth, right? And how we do that? Why the solution for that is not just one video, but look at your performance over 20 video, right? Double down on what's working and what's giving you high click-through rate and watching better, and kill any idea that's underperformance. Don't worry about that. Remember, you are running an experiment, right? If you say, I did X, create a video about pasta, and I got 20 views, and I did Y, creating a video about making tomato sauce, and I got 1,000 views or 2 million views, you know what to do. You know which one to use. And then you got to be able to make those kind of experiments, right? So you have to stay consistent. We say that, right? But you don't want to be consistently bad, right? Like, for example, you say, okay, every Tuesday I'm going to put a video no matter what. Well, if it's not ready, don't do that because you're going to have a half-baked bad video. So what you want to do basically is you want to prioritize the standard, which is to make good video, good content over the day of the week. Over posting once a week, concentrate mostly on content. Don't rush the process. If it's not ready on Tuesday, drop it on Wednesday or Thursday. It doesn't really matter. Perfect practice. Perfect practice make perfect, right? Consistently, consistent consistency only work if you are improving every single time. And that's one of the challenges that I throw out there. You want to consistently make good video. You want to consistently make video that basically allows you to improve your practice, your skill every time you post a video. And clarity on your topic is more important. It's very important. Not only YouTube needs to know who you are, but also your viewers and your subscribers need to know who you are. So every topic should be clearly defined at the beginning of the video or in your thumbnail and in your title, right? Right. So remember, you don't want it to feel like a Russian roulette, right? Where one upload performed very well and the next one you got nothing. You know, there's a lack of stability predicting what the viewers want, right? It's kind of hard to know. You just have to look at viral video, create similar video, or create new video that people are searching for. And we talked about like Google Trend last night to be able to figure out what people are looking for and be able to get that and get a viral hit. But you don't want to depend upon one video being the one that makes everything. If you get it, it'll be excellent, right? So, but if you don't get it, you don't get it. So you have to be consistent in your growth. You know, because if you're not, you got to double down on the things that are working and killing the idea that are not working. That is the essence of what we're doing. So you're going to get overwhelmed. The workload is going to become big and high. And you have to work on a couple of things. For example, you have to work on reducing the number of steps required to go from the initial idea to the upload cycle. Make up checklists, go A, B, C, D, and that way you kind of have a checklist. Make templates that will allow you to do that, right? So one thing you could do is pick the same location where you can go there every day or every night or every week and begin to do your filming, right? You want to work, if possible, in 2 to 3 videos at the same time to allow to have some synergy and to allow the creative juices to flow from one video to the next. Use systems, right? Use video template, like I said. Pre-select your music, you put them into a folder. Use B-roll and collect them in one folder so you can reuse some of them when you can. You don't have to create new B-roll every single time. There are some times where the B-roll can be reused. So that will help you slash editing time. That will help you cut down the time that it takes to create a video, to edit a video. So use system, simplify. That means basically if a 10-minute video doesn't do it for you, create a 5-minute video or create 2 5-minute video, 3 5-minute video. If you combine them together, like I've done before, then you get a 15-minute video. And that's the key to that, right? Now, the big thing that you need to be, especially if you're starting, you need to look at packaging. Creator, some creators spend 10 hours on a video, right? Oh, great, I did outstanding. But basically what happens is that they spend only 10 minutes on the title on the thumbnail. The packaging, if you whatever you create doesn't stop the scrolling by the viewer, the value inside the video will never be discovered. So you have to spend an equal amount of time doing your title or thumbnail as you need to do your video. All right, so adapt the following. Design first. Come up with a title and thumbnail concept before the video start. Use tools such as Video IQ and 1 of 10 to be able to look at your competition. And what you're looking for is videos that are outperforming the creator's average view count. They'll give you a rating on that. You should be able to figure that out when you get there. If you go to Video IQ, it's really easy to do that. They have a little number on the close to the title. You are able to do that. So if you haven't seen that and you need some help on that, just give me a call and be able to do that. And we talked about the strangers test, right? Ask yourself, will a stranger that doesn't know you, that's completely have no idea about your channel, when they looked at your thumbnail and your title, will that strange person click and scroll and stay on your video? If he doesn't, you say, maybe it's time to make some changes, right? And we suggest that you stop checking your views every 5 minutes. Remember, we repeat this process because it's important. Judge your performance over 20 videos. And just look at your analytics because they have some information about aging, posting time, a view, or the viewer sources that can help you create a better video next time. Retention is a key item, right? If you want YouTube to process your video and recommend your video, what you need to do is you have to retain the viewer. It's not only to click on it, the title or thumbnail will attract them enough for them to click on it, right? But then what really counts for you to be monetized and have money on YouTube is the average view time, right? How much time that person is spent watching your video. Because remember, advertisers, they place ads in many different places, right? And even to get monetized, in order to get watch hours, you don't get it in 30 seconds, right? So you have to be able to get them to stay on your video, to comment on your video, to engage with your content in order to retain those viewers. Very important. You got to earn every minute of it. And you do that by doing hooks, curiosity loop, like I had a couple of them in this video, and skipping things at the beginning that doesn't really do anything for you, like saying, hey guys, or things of that nature, right? So you need to analyze where your videos are dipping by looking at your retention and analytics and be able to do something at that point, right? If all your videos are flopping at the 30-second mark, create a curiosity loop at that point in order to get them and keep them engaged, right? Aim to keep the people in the platform, not only on your channel, which is the number one for me, but also on YouTube, right? And the most important thing that I talked about is you got to take breaks. For your own mental health, don't work every day, don't post every day. You say, on Monday, Tuesday, I don't care what, or Sunday, you could say, I'm not working that day and try to stay away from creating new things or working in video creation or whatever, because you need a day for your brain to reset, right? You need time for that to take place. So schedule breaks, and basically, besides scheduling breaks, don't try to be perfect, right? You see 80%, 90% rule, whereas if you stay with it, right? Post it. Work on your next video. Remember, you want to be improving your video by a minimum of 1% every time you post. You want to improve the title, the thumbnail, the process, whatever it is, do that, right? Now, success in YouTube is just a series of experiments. Growth is not about one video, it's about the trends. So, looking back at your last 10 to 20 uploads, ask yourself which specific topic or format has clearly been the winner for your channel so far. Let me know in the comments so we can see what's working across the different niche. And click over here for my next video.